Funnels convert, flywheels dominate. Let me say it again. Funnels convert, flywheels dominate. If you're still building your marketing around a funnel, a linear top to bottom, pour leads in and hope they drip through approach, then you're playing a game that the best companies in the world stopped playing 3 years ago. Today, we're going deep on something that has quietly become the single most powerful growth model in the age of artificial intelligence, the AI Marketing Flywheel. I'm going to break down exactly what it is, show you how the biggest brands on the planet are using it right now in 2025 and 2026, walk you through the metrics that tell you if yours is working, and give you a blueprint you can take into your business this week. Stick around. By the end of this episode, you will never look at your marketing the same way again. Let's start with a quick history lesson because understanding where the flywheel came from makes it a lot more powerful. The marketing funnel was invented in 1898 by a man named Elias Street Elmo Lewis. It modeled the customer journey in four stages: awareness, interest, desire, action. For over 120 years, this was gospel. And honestly, it worked when customers were passive, when information was scarce, when buying meant walking into a store or calling a number. But here's the problem with a funnel: it has a hole at the bottom. Once a customer converts, they fall out. The relationship ends. You go find more people to pour in at the top. It's a leaky bucket and you're constantly refilling it. Enter Jim Collins and his concept of the flywheel from the book Good to Great, and later Brian Halligan at HubSpot, who took that industrial metaphor and turned it into the most important marketing model of the digital age. A flywheel is a heavy rotating disc. The first push is hard, but every push after that builds momentum and eventually it spins on its own. The AI dimension. Now, here's where it gets exciting because in 2025, we're not just talking about a flywheel powered by content and customer service. We're talking about a flywheel that is supercharged by artificial intelligence. And that changes everything. AI doesn't just automate tasks inside the flywheel, it learns, it adapts, it personalizes at a scale no human team can match. It removes friction, the enemy of every flywheel, and it feeds every turn of the wheel with sharper data, faster decisions, and more relevant experiences. Think of the AI marketing flywheel as a self reinforcing engine of growth where data in equals better experiences out, which creates more loyal customers, which generates more data, which feeds back into even better experiences. And on its spins. The flywheel has three phases, and AI plays a distinct, powerful role in each one. Let's go through them. PHASE1: Attract. This is where you bring people into your orbit, not by interrupting them with ads, by being so useful, so relevant, so present that they come to you. AI transforms the attract phase in three key ways. 1. Predictive content targeting. AI analyzes behavior, signals to serve the right content to the right person at the right time. No more spray and pray. 2. SEO and answer engine optimization. In 2025, 60% of Google searches end in zero clicks, meaning your prospects are getting answers from AI overviews, not your blog post. Smart brands are optimizing for these AI summaries, not just search rankings. And 3. Hyper-personalized ads. AI-driven creative testing runs hundreds of ad variations simultaneously, finding winners in hours instead of weeks. The result? Lower cost per click, higher quality traffic, a bigger, warmer pool of prospects spinning into your flywheel. Phase 2: Engage. This is where most companies still lose. They attract people, then throw them into a generic nurture sequence that reads like it was written by a robot in 2014. Guess what? People feel it and they leave. AI powered engagement looks different. Dynamic email sequences that adapt in real time based on what the user clicked, ignored, or purchased. AI chatbots and conversational marketing that handle 24/7 queries with context aware, emotionally intelligent responses. Predictive lead scoring. AI ranks your leads by conversion probability. So your sales team only calls the people who are actually ready to buy. Sentiment analysis. AI monitors customer tone across every touchpoint, chat, email, social, reviews, and flags at risk customers before they churn. The engage phase is where the flywheel starts to feel its own momentum. Because when people feel genuinely understood and served, they don't leave, they go deeper. DAW, PHASE 3. Delight. This is the phase that transforms a customer into a growth engine. A delighted customer doesn't just come back, they bring their network with them. AI powered personalization engines surface the perfect next product, article, or offer for each individual user, increasing cross sell, upsell, and repeat purchase rates. Proactive service. AI predicts problems before they become complaints, reaching out to resolve issues the customer didn't even know they had yet. Loyalty and advocacy programs powered by AI that identify your highest value advocates and give them the tools to share, refer, and amplify your brand. When delight is done right, the flywheel completes its loop. Advocates become your top of funnel. They attract new people into the wheel, and the whole engine accelerates without you having to pay for every spin. Now, I know some of you are thinking this all sounds great in theory, but what's the actual proof? So let me give you the numbers. And these are 2025 and 2026 numbers. This is not old data. As per research by SEO Profi, Statista Research 2025. The AI marketing sector reached $107.5 billion dollars in 2025, up from just $15.8 billion dollars in 2021. That's a compound annual growth rate of 36.6%, and it's projected to hit $298 billion dollars by 2030. Let that sink in. We're not talking about a niche technology experiment. We're talking about the fastest growing infrastructure investment in the history of marketing, bigger than the transition to digital, bigger than the rise of social media. Co-schedule State of AI in Marketing Report 2025 reports 88% of marketers now use AI tools in their daily workflow. 93% report that AI features have been added to their existing marketing tools. And AI users are 25% more likely to report campaign success than non adopters. But here's the number that should keep every CMO up at night. Every AI industry report 2025 reports 91% of marketers use AI, but only 41% can prove ROI. The gap between adoption and execution is the defining story of 2026. This is exactly why the flywheel model matters. It's not enough to use AI tools. You need a system, a model that connects those tools into a coherent, compounding growth engine. And that's what the flywheel gives you. Research across multiple industry studies shows that AI is delivering measurable business impact throughout the marketing funnel. AI driven companies reduce customer acquisition costs, CAC, by an average of 57.3%, with top performing organizations achieving reductions of up to 71%. Businesses leveraging AI powered personalization report conversion rate improvements of up to 30%, while AI adopters are 1.6 times more likely to exceed their revenue targets compared to non adopters. The productivity benefits are equally significant. 93% of marketers say AI helps them create content substantially faster, and 81% report measurable improvements in brand awareness and sales. In addition, marketing teams using AI automation can free up as much as 75% of staff time, allowing teams to focus more on strategy, creativity, and high value decision making rather than execution. Here's one more for you. This one is from the Agentic AI space, which is the next frontier of the flywheel. Gartner reports the Agentic AI, market AI, that can independently take actions, not just generate content, is currently a $7.29 billion market growing at 40.5% CAGR. By 2028, 60% of brands will use AI agents for one to one customer interactions. AI agents are the ultimate flywheel accelerant. Imagine your flywheel not just personalizing content, but autonomously executing full customer journeys, handling objections, upselling at the perfect moment, and resolving service issues all without a human in the loop. That is where this is going. Fast theory is great, but nothing beats seeing it in the wild. Let's look at how the world's most successful companies have built and weaponized the AI marketing flywheel. Amazon, the original flywheel. Jeff Bezos famously sketched the Amazon flywheel on a napkin in 2001. Lower prices attract more customers. More customers attract more sellers. More sellers mean better selection. Better selection and lower prices attract even more customers. And on it spins. Fast forward to 2025, and Amazon has layered AI into every single phase. Their recommendation engine, which suggests the perfect product at the perfect moment, generates an estimated 35% of total revenue. Their AI driven logistics predicts what you'll want to buy before you've even searched for it. Alexa handles post purchase engagement at massive scale. The Amazon flywheel doesn't just retain customers, it makes switching to a competitor feel like a genuine downgrade. That is the power of a fully AI integrated flywheel. HubSpot, the case study that changed marketing. HubSpot literally replaced their entire company strategy with the flywheel model after realizing their funnel approach was creating friction at every step. Here's a direct quote from their CEO. The old funnel assumed customers would come to you. That playbook is broken. Now, 60% of Google searches end in zero clicks. Buyers are everywhere but your website. The middle of the funnel consideration is broken. In 2025, HubSpot launched their new Loop Marketing Framework, an evolution of the flywheel designed specifically for the AI era. It's non-linear, continuous, and feedback driven. Every experience, every data point, every interaction feeds back into the system and makes it smarter. The key insight: in the AI age, the flywheel doesn't just spin, it learns how to spin better with every rotation. Moving to Netflix Delight as a competitive mode. Netflix's recommendation engine is arguably the most sophisticated flywheel delight mechanism ever built. It accounts for 80% of what people watch on the platform. Not 80% of discovery, 80% of total viewing time. But here's the flywheel magic. Every time you watch something Netflix recommended, you generate more data. More data trains the model. A better model makes better recommendations. Better recommendations increase your satisfaction. Higher satisfaction reduces churn. Lower churn means Netflix doesn't need to spend as much acquiring new subscribers. That saving gets reinvested into more original content. More original content attracts new subscribers, and the flywheel spins. Netflix saves approximately $1 billion per year in customer churn prevention attributable directly to their AI personalization engine. That is a moat built by a flywheel. Spotify, the delight flywheel in audio. Spotify's Discover Weekly and Daily Mix playlists have a 40 million active user base, and they're all powered by collaborative filtering and machine learning. Spotify doesn't just play music, it learns what makes you feel something, and then it keeps making you feel it, creating an almost addictive level of product delight. The result: Spotify's 30-day retention rates are among the highest in the subscription economy. Delighted users don't just stay, they become evangelists who bring their social circles onto the platform. Free acquisition through delight. That's the flywheel at its finest. Alright, you understand the model, you've seen the examples. Now let's get practical. How do you build an AI marketing flywheel in 2025 and 2026? Here is a 7-step blueprint you can start implementing this week. Step 1: Audit your current friction points. Friction is the enemy of every flywheel. Before you add AI, you need to find where your current marketing creates resistance. Where do leads drop off? Where do customers churn? Where does the experience feel clunky, slow, or generic? Run a customer journey audit. Map every touchpoint from first impression to post purchase advocacy. Find the 3 biggest friction points. Those are your first AI implementation targets. Step 2: Unify your data layer. An AI flywheel cannot run without data. And most companies have data locked in silos: CRM here, email platform there, social analytics somewhere else. add data in yet another dashboard. Your second step is to connect these data streams into a single customer data platform or CDP. This unified data layer is the fuel that powers your AI engine. Without it, you're trying to run a Ferrari on empty. The good news, the current generation of tools, HubSpot, Salesforce, Klaviyo Segment, have made this easier than ever, even for mid market businesses. Step 3, implement AI in the attract phase first. Start with attract because it has the fastest, most measurable ROI. Implement AI powered ad creative testing. Set up semantic SEO, optimize for AI search summaries and zero click results. Use predictive audience modeling to find your best prospects before they find you. Tools to consider: Google Performance Max with AI Creative, Meta Advantage Plus Campaigns, Jasper or Writer for AI content, SEMrush AI or Surfer SEO for semantic optimization. Step 4, build AI powered engagement sequences. Replace your static email sequences with dynamic behavior triggered flows. If someone clicks a pricing page, they get a sequence tailored to consideration. If they consume 3 blog posts on one topic, they get depth content on that exact topic. Implement AI lead scoring so your sales team has a real time ranked list of who to call. Deploy an AI chatbot that can handle level 1 and level 2 customer queries and escalate intelligently when needed. Step 5, engineer the delight phase. This is where most companies underinvest. You need a post purchase AI strategy. Build personalized onboarding flows that adapt to how each customer uses your product. Set up predictive churn models that fire alerts 30 days before a customer is likely to leave. Create an advocacy engine, identify your top net promoter score customers, and build a structured program to turn them into case studies, referrers, and community champions. AI can identify these people. Humans can build the relationships. Step 6, close the feedback loop. This is the step that separates a flywheel from just a set of AI tools running independently. You must pipe the data from delight back into attract. Customer reviews become ad testimonials. Frequently asked support questions become SEO content. Churn reasons become product improvements. Advocacy data refines your ideal customer profile. When every phase informs every other phase, that's when your flywheel stops being a model and starts being a living system. Step 7, measure flywheel velocity, not just campaign metrics. More on this in the metrics section, but I'll plant the seed now. Stop measuring your marketing in isolation. Start measuring the speed of the whole wheel. More on that in a moment. Metrics that matter for your AI flywheel. Here's a truth most marketers don't want to hear. Measuring a flywheel with funnel metrics is like judging a Formula One car on its paint job. The metrics tell you nothing about the machine. These are the metrics that actually tell you whether your AI marketing flywheel is working. FLY wheel velocity score. This is the single most important metric you're probably not tracking. Flywheel velocity measures how fast a customer moves through attract, engage, and delight, and how quickly they re enter the cycle as an advocate. Calculated by measuring time to first conversion times engagement rate times retention rate times advocacy rate. You want this number going up every quarter. If it is, your flywheel is accelerating. Customer lifetime value. In a funnel world, you measured cost per acquisition. In a flywheel world, CLV is king. Because a flywheel built customer isn't just worth one transaction, they're worth a relationship and a network. Forrester research of 2024 states AI powered retention and personalization campaigns consistently increase customer lifetime value. Companies using AI are 1.6x more likely to exceed revenue targets precisely because CLV compounds over time. The next metric is customer acquisition cost. A healthy flywheel should reduce your CAC over time because delighted customers are bringing in referrals who cost you almost nothing to acquire. If your CAC is going up quarter after quarter, your flywheel has a delight problem. Moving to .NET Promoter Score (NPS). NPS is your flywheel health check. It tells you how many of your customers are actively promoting your brand versus detracting it. An NPS above 50 is excellent. Above 70 is world class. Companies like Apple and Amazon consistently score above 70, and their flywheels are among the fastest spinning on the planet. Coincidence? Not a chance. Churn rate. Churn is the brake pedal on your flywheel. Every churned customer doesn't just represent lost revenue, they represent lost momentum, lost advocacy, lost referrals, lost data for your AI models. Use AI powered churn prediction models to identify at risk customers 30 to 60 days before they actually cancel. At that stage, you can intervene with a personalized offer, a proactive success call, or an AI triggered re engagement sequence. Even a 5% reduction in churn can increase profitability by 25 to 95%, according to Bain and Company research. Your flywheel's delight phase is your best investment. Content efficiency ratio. This measures how much revenue and engagement your content generates per piece relative to production cost. AI should be dramatically improving this ratio by enabling faster creation, better distribution targeting, and more personalized delivery. And finally, the marketing efficiency ratio MER. MER is your total revenue divided by total marketing spend, including AI tools, team costs, and media. This is the North Star metric that tells you whether your entire flywheel investment is paying off. Track this monthly. Benchmark against industry. If AI is doing its job, your MER should be climbing quarter over quarter. Before we close out, I want to rapid fire the five biggest developments happening right now that are reshaping the AI marketing flywheel. This is the stuff that's going to define the next 18 months. 1. The traffic apocalypse is real. HubSpot CMO Kip Bodnar coined the term traffic apocalypse in 2025, and it's one of the most important concepts in marketing today. As AI overviews take over Google search results, organic traffic to websites is collapsing. 60% of Google searches now end without a single click. What does this mean for your flywheel? The attract phase needs to evolve fast. Brands need to optimize for appearing in AI summaries, not just ranking in search. They need to build communities, newsletters, and own channels that don't rely on Google derived traffic. The flywheel's first phase is being completely rewired. 2. Agentic AI is changing the engage phase. The most exciting development in AI marketing right now is Agentic AI. AI that doesn't just generate content but takes autonomous action on behalf of your brand. We're already seeing AI agents that can research prospects, personalize outreach, schedule follow ups, and even negotiate pricing without a human in the loop. The $7.29 billion agentic AI market is growing at 40.5% per year. And by 2028, 60% of brands will use AI agents for direct one to one customer interactions. The engage phase of your flywheel is about to get a complete engine transplant. 3. HubSpot's Loop Framework, the next evolution. In September 2025, HubSpot unveiled what they're calling the Loop Marketing Framework, their next evolution beyond the flywheel. The loop introduces four new stages: express, tailor, amplify, and evolve. And it's designed to be adaptive, non-linear, and feedback driven. The key philosophy: every experience, good or bad, feeds back into the system. The loop doesn't just spin, it learns. This is the closest any major marketing framework has come to capturing the true potential of AI driven growth. Watch this space for multimodal AI and the visual flywheel. Text based marketing is only one dimension of the modern flywheel. In 2025, multimodal AI that can process and generate images, video, and audio, has gone fully mainstream. There are now 20 billion monthly visual searches on Google and Pinterest combined. 53.7% of all internet traffic is now video. Your flywheel needs to spin in every format. AI tools like Sora, Runway, 11 Labs, and Midjourney are enabling marketing teams to produce broadcast quality video and audio content at a fraction of traditional production costs. Brands not investing in multimodal AI content are leaving an enormous portion of the attract phase untapped. 5. The consolidation crisis and opportunity. Here's the dark side of the AI marketing explosion. 44% of SaaS licenses in the average company are unused. Marketers have accumulated dozens of AI point solutions that don't talk to each other, don't share data, and don't compound. This is the opposite of a flywheel. It's a drawer full of disconnected gears. Companies that are consolidating their AI marketing stacks onto unified platforms are seeing 50 to 77% reductions in software costs while actually improving performance. The opportunity here is enormous for anyone willing to do the hard work of integration because an integrated AI stack is where a flywheel lives. A fragmented AI stack is where flywheels die. Alright, we've covered a lot of ground today. The AI marketing flywheel from first principles to full implementation. Before I let you go, here are your three actions for this week. Three things, that's it. Write them down. Action 1, run your friction audit. This week, map your customer journey. Every single touch point, find your three biggest friction points, the three places where your flywheel is dragging, where customers are leaving, where experience is failing. That is your AI implementation roadmap. Go do that audit. It costs nothing but time, and it is the single most valuable thing you can do for your marketing this month. Action 2, benchmark your flywheel metrics. Pull your current numbers. What is your CLV, your CAC, your NPS, your churn rate? If you don't know these numbers, you don't have a flywheel, you have a hope. Get the numbers. Then set a 90-day target for each one. That's your flywheel velocity baseline. Action 3, identify your first AI win. You don't have to build the whole flywheel in a day. Pick one thing from today's episode and go implement it in the next 7 days. Maybe it's setting up AI lead scoring. Maybe it's launching an AI driven email personalization flow. Maybe it's switching your ad creative to an AI optimized performance campaign. One win. This week, momentum is everything. Let me close where we started. Funnels convert, flywheels dominate. The companies winning in 2025 and 2026 are not the ones with the biggest budgets. They're not even necessarily the ones with the best product. They're the ones who figured out how to build a self reinforcing growth engine powered by AI that gets stronger with every single customer they serve. And that engine has a name. It's called the AI Marketing Flywheel. Now go build yours. If this episode gave you value, and I genuinely hope it did, do me a favor. Share it with one person in your network who needs to hear this. Leave a review if you're on your podcast platform of choice, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's coming next. Until next time, keep building, keep learning, and remember, the flywheel always wins.